Niall to join us here as the co-chair of EndPandemics, that is specifically addressing the root causes of, as I said, the last 6 pandemics, and also it is an example of what we call an action initiative, because we come together here at these meetings and there's this great initiative of the harvesters and seeing how we can translate all of this into action. Well, here's one of these action initiatives that our family company worked with, and there are 80 NGOs that were already involved when we joined them, and by bringing in the business element, suddenly there could be a big jump forward. And Niall is actually here looking for more companies to work with so that we can create this relationship between civil society, science, companies and government, because we were also using our influence on the Thai government to do a broad-based implementation of the kind of policies that he's talking about, and now working across ASEAN, the Southeast Asian governments, to take this further. So again, let's look also how after this we can continue to collaborate to bring about massive change. Please.
I've taken the liberty of preparing a presentation with our friends and colleagues in the tech department. Oh, marvellous. So let's hope this works. Who knows? My name is Niall McCann. I'm the Director of National Park Rescue and I'm the co-chair of EndPandemics, and I'm going to spend the next 4.5 minutes, give or take, talking to you about preventing pandemics by investing in planetary health. But to help me make my case, I thought we would start by letting Mother Earth speak. So, Mother Earth. Thank you.
I'm doing my best to protect you. But you take me for granted.
Deforestation is wiping out wildlife habitats.
You're destroying me.
Modern scientists agree COVID-19 probably originated in wildlife.
And we're all paying the price.
COVID cases are rising more and more.
Please, stop. If not for you, then for those who follow you. Protect me, and you protect yourselves.
Thank you, Mother Earth. The overwhelming cause of pandemics is our relentless exploitation of nature, driven by our business practices. 60% of new infectious diseases come from animals, and of those, 71% come from wild animals. In the past 40 years, the rate of emergence of new infectious diseases has quadrupled as our industry is pushed further and further into nature, creating the conditions for diseases to spill over from wildlife into livestock and people. As well as the obvious impact on human health, pandemics are incredibly costly. The 1918 flu pandemic killed 50 million people and reduced global GDP by 6%. SARS in 2003 killed fewer than 800 people, yet still cost an astonishing $40 billion. And COVID-19 has currently killed 6.3 million people and is estimated to have cost around $13 trillion. What we've learned is that human health and animal health and environmental health are all one health, and if we want to have healthy and thriving human societies, we need a healthy and thriving planet on which to live. Because nature is the foundation upon which our economies and our societies are built. Now, if we want to prevent pandemics, we must invest in nature and nature-based solutions. And of course, this investment comes at a cost. But that cost is estimated to be around 2% of the cost of treating COVID-19. It's always wise to invest in preventing predictable damage rather than paying for it once it's already happened. The entire global insurance industry is based upon this premise. And the same goes for infectious diseases. Anticipation and primary prevention of spillovers is many orders of magnitude more cost effective than paying for the treatment of a pandemic once it's already happened. Pandemic prevention is an insurance policy for the planet. Prevention is better than a cure. Now, it was motivated by this single issue, ending pandemics, that saw 80 organisations come together to form an alliance to pool our collective intelligence resources and experience to promote the solutions that we need in order to try and reduce the risk of future pandemics. Over the past 2 years, we have organised these solutions around our 4 main action pillars, which are protecting nature, stop trafficking of wildlife, reduce the demand for animal products, and reform farming, the way we produce our food. Over the past 2 years, we've engaged with hundreds of individuals and businesses through our regular webinar series. Our media outreach has reached literally tens of millions of people and households, and we've either presented to or engaged with dozens and dozens of business and political leaders all around the world. We've needed to do this because when it comes to pandemics, we are all affected, we're all implicated, and we all have a part to play in their mitigation. Now, as over 50% of global GDP is either moderately or highly dependent upon nature, businesses are unusually likely to suffer from the shocks, the economic shocks that pandemics produce. And many of you will have had to have switched your supply chain from just in time to just in case. Given that businesses are the greatest driver of pandemics and new infectious diseases, it's also high time that businesses learned to understand the pandemic footprint of your production and supply chains, and led the way, led by example, by mitigating this pandemic footprint, and by reducing the impacts that you're having on the world around you. Because business must be for good, it must be for people, and it must be for the planet. And there's no one better place to lead the way in implementing pandemic prevention policies than the people in this room today. And we as EndPandemics are ready to partner with you, to build global awareness and to scale Mother Earth speaks to all corners of the globe, to design the policies and practice that reduce the pandemic footprint of your business or your sector, based upon our roadmap to EndPandemics, which I have in front of me here, and of which there are many copies in the audience as well. And to implement the frontline solutions, the proven frontline solutions that we need to challenge the greatest challenges that we are facing today, which is pandemics, climate change, and biodiversity loss. Using our Solutions Hub, which was produced and curated by our members. So join us at EndPandemics. We have an open hire policy, and we are ready to take you from the fringes into the mainstream. And together we can confine pandemics to the dustbin of history. Thank you ever so much.